What's up everyone, Joseph here. I want to talk about something that's coming out in September, and it's going to be the iPhone 14. About 8 months ago, the iPhone 13 came out, and a couple of months ago at the Peak Performance event, we had the green one. So as the iPhone gets soon to be a year older, the rumors about what the iPhone 14 will have start to grow, and you start to hear more, and there's more traction with it. So with that in the iPhone 14, let's talk about kind of what to expect from the iPhone 14. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all the support. So iPhone 14. This year we're looking at the iPhone 14 coming out in September, and we're looking at an iPhone 14, an iPhone 14 Max, an iPhone 14 Pro, and an iPhone 14 Pro Max. And this is the first year that we're gonna see a change in the hardware, really, from the screen. From the last iPhone we saw a hardware change on the screen was the iPhone 10.
We do have one more thing. This is iPhone 10. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone.
Which was the first time we lost the button, went full bezel with the notch, and saw Face ID come to life within the Apple ecosystem. And the change between the 14 and the 14 Pro is that the 14 will have the notch, and the 14 Pro will have what we're now calling the pill. And the pill includes what the notch also includes, but in a pill shape, so you get some pixels back. You get the Face ID, and you get the front-facing camera with that in this new pill-shaped form. So as I read off the iPhones earlier, we are getting the 14 Max, which is going to replace the iPhone 13 Mini. So if you want a Mini, this might be your last chance to get a Mini before we don't see them again. And that's sort of with this new updated iPhone SE, we're going to lose the Mini. And if I were a betting man, I'd say that the iPhone 14 Max will be the best sold iPhone to date, at least this year, because it really gives you that cheaper price of an entry-level phone, but it gives you the bigger screen real estate that the 14 Pro Max has to offer, and you don't have to go the Pro route and the more expensive route to get that. Now, as we talk about the 14 in the 14 Pro, there has to be things that are different. There has to be things that make it an entry-level phone and then a pro-level phone. And like one of those things, the pill to the notch is one of those things we're gonna see the change. But there's other things. We're still gonna have a 12 megapixel camera, as rumored, on the 14. But on the 14 Pro, we're looking at a 48 megapixel camera. And with a higher megapixel camera and lens comes better photos, comes higher pixel count, comes better resolution. And with that also comes better video, possibly 8K video, you never know, with that Pro model. So as the 14 stays with that 12 megapixel that all the iPhones have, the Pro's gonna get the 48. So there's a lot more to play with there. The Pro also has the zoom lens, the third lens that's a zoom lens. Like this has two. You have your ultra wide and your normal camera. The Pro has that third, which, as we all know, is that zoom lens. Another thing we get with the Pro is the Pro Motion display at 120 Hertz. So you get your smoothness with the scrolling of everything. And with the iPhone 14, we get the 60 Hertz, which I've talked about with comparing the iPad mini to the iPad Pro and stuff, but we all know about that. And as it's not something that's a big difference, it's quite noticeable if you have different devices that do 60 Hertz and 120 Hertz. Another thing is we have the stainless steel band on the Pro with the normal band on the regular iPhone. With the Pro you have, as you see you don't have on here, you have the flash but nothing here, but you get the LiDAR detector, which will help you with your 3D rendering and modeling rooms and stuff. And then of course you get your updated colors. You get the colors you get more of these like sharp looking, straight to the eye colors with the regular iPhone, and then with the Pro you get like that stainless steel, kind of faded looking colors you get when you see like the blues and the graphite and stuff. But there's one big change. There's something that is not updating this year, and it might be the most important thing. And that is the chip that's going into these iPhones. The iPhone 14 will have the A15 Bionic chip, which we saw in the iPhone 13s. And the iPhone 14 Pro will have the A16 Bionic chip, which will be that next generation of chips. And as we know, there's a chip shortage in basically everything technology these days, so that kind of makes sense why they might be sticking with the A15 Bionic in the regular iPhone. But it leaves you wondering. Why? Why would you upgrade from a 13 to a 14 if you're getting the exact same chip? As of now, we don't know if there's any iPhone 14 related features that are just with the iPhone 14. We don't know that yet. But what we do know is that there might be a 2 gigabyte RAM upgrade within that iPhone 14 with the A15, but that's not really known yet. So the real question is why? This is the first time we're seeing not a chip upgrade, and it doesn't really make sense. And it makes the jump from, of course, the regular iPhone to the Pro iPhone that much bigger, but it makes the jump from the 13 to the 14 really nothing. And it's a question you have. When Tim Cook or whoever gets up there and announces the iPhone 14, you're gonna have the iPhone 14 Pro over here, you're gonna have the iPhone 14 here, you'll have the SE over here, and then in the middle, they usually sell the iPhone from the year before at a cheaper price, usually like $100 off from the newest iPhone. But why would they do that this year? Why would we see the iPhone 13 with the A15 Bionic chip, but also see the iPhone 14 with the A15 Bionic chip? That's a question that we're gonna have to see in the September keynote. But what would be cool and what Apple should do is they should have the iPhone SE, they should have the iPhone 13 mini, then they should have the iPhone 14 and then iPhone 14 Pro. So with that, you have the wide range of, you have your Pro model, you have your consumer level, you have your real cheap SE model, and then you still get the mini in there, and we don't really have to put the mini down, and we can maybe have it live another year because some people do like that size. And you have a mini and you have a max at that consumer level price and consumer level features. So those are my thoughts on the iPhone. Leave your comments below on what you think Apple should do with the iPhone 14 and if you're gonna pick up one, or if you're excited for any features. Plus, I'm shooting this on Saturday and it is May 14th. And I just wanna bring up to the fact that the iPod mini was kind of discontinued this week. And the iPods have a special place in my heart because it was really the first piece of technology I picked up and really just like fell in love with. It made me really fall in love with what technology started as and what it's begun. So that's enough of my iPod rant. I have a video linked up above that I did on the iPod a while ago. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.